Hello, viewers, and welcome back. This is season 2. We're very excited to be back on set. It's taken a while, but we're here, very excited. Welcome to Her Space. This podcast is all about elevating moms. We talk about mothers in different spaces, mothers who are working, mothers who are staying at home to look after their little ones, mothers who are in politics, mothers who are in governance, mothers who are lawyers, doctors, mothers who are artists, musicians, mothers of all walks of life. And we are talking and we are bringing stories from all over Africa and the globe. I'm so excited to be back here, and my name is Edna Thiongombugwa. I look forward to an amazing season together. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Today we have an amazing guest, a very good friend of mine, and I'm going to ask her to introduce herself so that she introduces herself properly. Karibu sana, Emily. I'm so excited to see you. Look gorgeous.
Oh,
I'm going to ask our viewers to guess your age.
yes.
Because women tell no age. But if you get it right, you're going to get a special gift from me, you know. So karibu sana, Emily.
Asante sana.
Introduce yourself to our guests and tell us what you do.
All right. Asante sana, Edna, for having me. My name is Emily Belenga. I am a nutritionist, a clinical psychologist, a mother, a sister, a daughter. I wear many, many hats. I am the founder and director of Iashi Wellness Center. We focus on holistic well-being, so healing your mind and body. Yeah,
That's
thank you.
amazing. And you know, this is the year that we're focusing on wellness. I'm very, very keen on wellness, especially for mothers in all those spaces, holistic health. So, because a healthy mother nurtures a healthy next generation. And I don't want to go into all the conversations we've been having about wounding the next generation and passing on trauma.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited that you're here to talk about that to us. I have thought about mental wellness for mothers for a long time, all the way since COVID, how Matthew introduced us.
Yes.
And we wanted to really focus on that because I think it took a toll on many mothers, but not even just COVID time. I think because I'm a researcher, we've done so much research among women. And the recent one that we did, most women told us that if they had a 24-hour break, they would actually sleep.
Yeah.
So we were like, how tired? Men were saying they want to go golf,
Yes.
go have a drink, watch Liverpool, you know, but women just wanted to sleep. Or whatever other activities I was talking about were alluding to sleep. Like they would go for a spa, they would go for a massage, you know, a spa session, a massage, or they would go to do their pedicure, manicure. Everything was just moving towards wanting to rest. Yeah, so tell us about your motherhood journey.
Okay.
Mama of 4-year-old.
Yes. One.
Am I prophesying for you?
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
the Lord
God.
is going to fill your
Yeah,
house.
the Lord is going to fill my house. I don't know
Yes.
if I can cope. Kids can be, it takes a lot to parent and to mother
Yeah.
intentionally.
Yeah.
So my motherhood journey is interesting because I waited for many years. I became a mom during COVID. I conceived actually during lockdown.
Okay,
So,
that was good work you guys were doing.
right?
Well,
While lockdown, yeah, it finally happened for me. I had actually given up.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'd gotten to a point where I said, you know, I can impact the world with my work as a therapist. I have very lovely nieces, grand nieces. We are a big family. So I have even nieces who are close to age with me. So I was
Okay.
like, yeah, I can mother them. Then Imani, so my daughter is called Imani.
Oh,
yeah,
beautiful.
because she's a child of faith.
Amen.
Yeah, I can say truly she's a gift from God. And yeah, so I became a mother in the middle of lockdown because I
When
gave
you
birth
say you
to a
had
elder.
waited,
Yeah.
what does that mean?
Oh, so I had wanted to have a child.
You were trying?
Yes, I was trying. So my first relationship broke because of that.
Oh.
I think it was just very difficult for both of us. And it's a thing that, you know, when you talk about motherhood, we mostly talk about the joys of it. We don't talk about people who have tried, people who have lost babies. Sometimes it's even you get pregnant, then you miscarry, or
Yes.
you wait and wait and wait. And then, unfortunately, the face of infertility is a woman.
Yes.
But it takes, conception takes both of you, the man and the woman,
Yes.
and sometimes the two of you together.
Yes.
But women carry that burden.
Yes.
Even sometimes when I used to be in support groups, sometimes it's even the husband who has a problem, but the wife would not talk about it. Yeah, so waiting is difficult. So for me, I had desired a child.
Yeah.
I'd have probably wanted to have my daughter. If it went to plan, my daughter would probably be a preteen now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it took me 7 years, and then, by that time I had, just
So that person
given
in the
up.
relationship just said,
Yeah.
if you're not having a child, that's it.
That's it. I can't say, because years later we kind of like had closure. We talked about it. I think it was difficult for him. He was a firstborn.
Okay.
So I think the pressure
from
society,
family.
pressure.
You need
Why
continuation.
are you not having a child?
Oh.
Where's that baby? So I think it was more of that. He just couldn't cope. But in retrospect, probably we were young then. I think he would have made a different choice. And then after he left, he got a child immediately. So
and you
of course
also
it
went
appeared.
and got.
Yeah, but years later for me.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think
him
it
you
looked
got like immediately.
Yeah, it looked like that Emily was the problem.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's tough. Thank you. It's really tough. Then we don't talk about it. I remember I used to have a very brave face at work. So people would ask me, and I'd say, not everybody wants to be a mother.
Okay.
Yet I really wanted to be a mother, but I didn't want to say that I'm trying and it's not happening, because it requires vulnerability. And I think it's one of the things that I encourage my clients now to be vulnerable, to say, when you say, I am struggling, or I'm waiting for a child, or my child has special needs, or I'm struggling with motherhood, when you remove the shame, people can't shame you for what you talk about. Yeah. True. And it's also empowering. As well. So
wow, that was hard.
Yeah.
And how did the baby came? How was the experience?
Oh, it was. I remember the first time. So I really wanted to have a natural birth.
As all women.
As all women.
Yes.
But then I ended up on an emergency CS. And I remember my gynecologist, OBS-GYN, Dr. Bura, saying, here is your daughter. I remember, I can never forget, I think, seeing her the first time. And both of us, even her father, going to see her. It was such an amazing moment, and she can cry.
Yes.
When she was in the nursery, doctors used to say, who is this baby that's
loud?
Really crying? Yeah, who is very loud. Yeah, and then she was very tense. She was actually born preterm by a month. She was due end of December, but she came end of November. Yeah, but she's a fighter.
Has she been like tiny? I was preterm.
Oh, you were?
2 months, look at me. I was small for a long time.
Yes.
And then I think I kind of blossomed at teenage.
Yeah.
Oh, but I was preterm like 2.5 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, she's thriving. She's still kind of like slender. She's small.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's small-bodied, but she's been able to pick up.
Yeah. What a joy.
Yeah.
What are some of the joys of motherhood, and what are some of the challenges like you've gone through?
Yeah. Joys, I would say, for me, coming from someone who waited, just having a child, I would say children are a gift from God in a way, not to be preachy. I know your audience is versatile, but just children are a gift, and they come when they're meant to come. And the time that they come is the right time.
Yeah.
I feel that even for me, the fact that I'm a mental health worker and having my child older, I was ready to be a mother.
Yeah.
So I'm able to sacrifice, I'm able to be intentional.
Yeah.
However, it can be never ending. The challenge, it can be never ending. Yeah. Sometimes you feel like I want some me time.
Yeah.
I want a break, but you can't break. I remember now before my daughter, if I was minding my niece and I get tired, I just give her back to the mother.
Yes, very fast.
Yeah, but now who do I give? People now give her to me.
Yes, all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
It was nice. You and me, I remember my auntyhood was really amazing.
Yeah.
Because you don't take it, like you don't, it's not your work.
Yes.
So you're minding all these children with the good times
Yeah.
when they're really coughing.
Yes.
Mother, like really, but when it's your child now, you're the one who has to deal with the poop.
Yes. Oh God, and the poop, especially the early months.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but they're a beautiful gift.
They
And
are.
as you say, they're gods.
Yes.
Yeah, they're
For
gods.
sure.
They're gods. It's just God who places them to come and achieve
Yeah.
different purposes. We are vessels.
We are vessels.
Yeah.
True. And which is something I think we need to also remind ourselves as parents that we are vessels.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we want to project
Yeah.
our, maybe things I didn't succeed.
Yeah.
So now I decide my daughter
Needs to be. What had you dreamt about?
What, I wanted to be a doctor, but I can't stand blood. Oh my God. So I'm like, that was not the
Now you
career
want
for me.
Dr. Imani.
Dr. Imani, And maybe Imani wants to be, I don't know.
An artist, a chef.
A chef.
Yeah,
she
just
likes
wants to
taking
be
photos.
Kylie Kardashian, social media, whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes.
I think so, yeah. And I don't know what it is, but we are still discovering, because I'm also like not a very old mom.
Yeah.
But I think the vision and the dreams you have for your children are always kind of bigger. And I remember even like I grew up in shags, and my parents always told us, work hard so that you go to the university, so that you go to the city. I think every parent just wants something bigger that they envision for their children.
Yeah.
And maybe sometimes it can turn out to be pressure. Yeah, for kids.
Yes.
But I think with this generation, there's no for forcing them.
No, there isn't.
This generation has a mind of their own.
They have a mind of their own. Now you have actually to even have conversations. It's
Yeah.
amazing. A 4-year-old, like, they have rights, for lack of a better. Of course, they have rights innately,
Yeah.
but they're very vocal.
Yeah.
So you can't, it's not the way my mom would say, nimesema. Yeah, now I have to have conversations with Imani.
Yeah.
Like,
What do you think about what I've said?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or you have to explain a boundary, like,
Yeah.
you can't do this because of X, Y, Z.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is nice. I
Yeah.
think we needed that to also give children proper voice.
True.
Yeah.
And their own sense of agency, because they are unique individuals.
Yes.
Yeah. And yes, they are from, what we're saying, they're from you.
Yeah.
But they're not you.
They're not yours.
Yeah.
Also, they're not you and they're not yours.
Yeah, 100.
Just doing God's work.
Yes.
Yeah. Amazing. So tell us a little bit more about your work, mental health. What exactly do you do?
All right. So I have kind of like two things I do. One around mental health is providing therapy, so counseling people. I have clients across ages, although I focus more on teenagers and adults.
Interesting.
Yeah, when I get a child client, I always refer to my colleagues. Like children, I'm very passionate kind of like about children. One thing about being a good therapist is you have to remain objective. Yeah, so you cannot get embroiled in the issues. Yeah, so you cannot become the client. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I realized it's difficult for me, especially with children, I want to solve. It breaks my heart to see children suffering.
Yeah.
So I can't provide good care in that sense. So I always refer. Yeah. So I see clients who might be having anxiety, PTSD, depression, the entire relationship issues. Yeah. So that's one. The second one is mental health at the workplace. So I offer corporate organizations trainings on mental health, or I go and give a talk, or we can go to nature, we take a hike together.
And then talk about it.
And
that's nice. Please invite me to the next hike.
Yes.
No, I can.
Yeah.
Last year I couldn't.
I will.
I'm light. I'm even forgetting I'm light.
Yes.
Do I look better?
Yeah.
So tell me about what we need to know for mothers, especially we can talk about new mothers, but we can also talk about mothers who are, mothering older children.
Yeah.
How is this space of mental wellness like? Especially for new mothers, what should we know?
I would say that once you become a mother, especially first-time mother, or even second-time mother, you're the first timer giving birth to a second born.
Yes.
There are many things that you don't know. You need a lot of support. Sometimes it's even positioning a child properly to breastfeed.
Yeah.
You don't know. You need a lot of support. Then just from my own journey, your identity changes. You used to be this lady, child-free, and then suddenly there's a human being who is depending fully on you. So it requires you to get a new identity, but it doesn't happen immediately. So that shifting, being Emily, a mother, yet Emily in my own uniqueness takes time. So in that process, sometimes people can experience, we call it baby blues if it's mild, or can even experience postpartum depression. And then the hormones, the hormones that are required to maintain pregnancy are many. And so when you give birth, then they start going down.
Okay.
So that shift even in the hormones can affect mood.
Okay.
You can have a child who is colicky,
Yeah.
sleepless.
Oh,
Do not
yes.
sleep, Edna, actually. Sleep, having regular sleep helps us to maintain our mood.
Oh, it does.
Yes, it really does.
So is that why mothers get tired?
Yes. So that because they're not resting,
Yeah.
sometimes they
In
don't
my
have
book, I actually
support.
wrote, I said, goodbye sleep, because when you become a mom, you kind of just forget it.
Yeah, you forget it.
And so you're tired then.
Yeah, you're tired. So you see, when you're tired, even think about it, even when you're not struggling, when you're tired and I come to you with a request, you might even be cranky, right?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because you don't have the
You've
results.
not rested.
You've not rested. Yeah, so rest. So that never ending. And then sometimes we don't have conversations. It also changes the dynamics of your relationship, right?
Yes.
With your partner. You used to focus on each other, but now there's
A baby.
who
And we women, we are known, we just forget the partner
Yeah, we
completely.
forget the
Bye. We'll see you in 2
see
years.
you in 2 years, So the partner sometimes then, because we are not, sometimes we don't talk, we don't,
Yeah.
we struggle with vulnerability. So the
Yeah.
partner might now be trying to, cope on his own, maybe
Yeah.
going out to watch football. It is so you are alone. If you're in the city, perhaps you don't even have support.
Yeah.
Your mother is maybe in the rural area, your
Yeah.
siblings are not there.
Yeah.
So it can be difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be difficult.
And I like that, what you're talking about, vulnerability, because what is it with our culture with, why are we not able to be vulnerable?
Good question. I've always wondered, I think we kind of glorify stoicism as a culture, being strong. That thing of Edna is a strong woman,
Hey,
Emily
she's
is a
so
strong
strong.
woman,
Even
right?
people tell me that I'm not strong.
I'm not
because there is
strong.
joy.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'm so weak. In fact, I want to cry. But that thing of,
completely
you
agree.
have to be strong.
You have to be strong.
Be strong for your child.
Yeah, be strong for your child. So now, when you're struggling, you will appear weak. So we don't want to be seen weak. So that stops us from being vulnerable.
Yeah.
The second thing is something in psychology, we call it catastrophizing. Catastrophizing is thinking the worst case. So instead of thinking I'm just struggling this moment, you think I'll struggle forever.
Okay.
You're not able to cuddle your baby now. You say, I'll never love my baby. So that thinking, this struggle or this challenge is going to last forever, can make you get stuck, and then it makes you afraid to say I'm struggling. And then also we don't, I keep on seeing this quote, there's a reason why we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Many of us don't listen, don't listen, hold space in compassion. So if I come and tell you something, you start saying, even for me it was like this. While it is good, but I maybe just needed you to listen to me so that I can unburden and acknowledge. Yeah. So we also struggle to listen to each other. And sometimes we also project our own thoughts without holding space for the person who is coming in.
How can we do better?
We can do better by, I think there's a lot of awareness now. So the conversations such as this, thanks for inviting me, open the space for us to have these conversations. I also tell my clients, identify safe people to talk to.
Yeah.
You can't talk and open up to everyone, truly. So you need to know who is a safe person for Edna to talk to. And even with these safe people, don't call Edna and launch into, I am sad today, I really need to talk to you. Is it a good time for Edna to listen to you? Even for me as a therapist, I book my clients. So I know between 8 and 9, I'm going to be talking to Christine. So I am mentally prepared to listen. Sometimes we just launch into us. Also always ask, just always ask someone, is this a good time to talk?
Yeah.
Then you can have intentional, because people listening to you and holding space for you, sometimes it can be a difficult thing, right? And maybe they also have their own challenges.
Yeah.
So it's not that they don't want to support you, but they can't. So asking, is this a good time to share, can make a difference. But yes, identify safe people. Not everybody is a safe person to open up to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What other options do people have? Because sometimes you may not want to talk to
Yes.
You know, I think sometimes also, like in our community, you may not want to speak to your family or your friends also.
Yeah.
What else can people do?
I know, okay, we have mental health experts like
Mm-hmm.
Emily and others who
Mm.
several. So you can go for therapy.
Mm.
There's no shame in seeking help. I don't know why for mental health, we imagine, you know,
We need
it's like
to kill the
the
stigma. There's a stigma
There's a
around it.
stigma
Ama?
around it. Yeah, there's really is. I keep on telling my clients, you see, if someone comes to work and they have a cast
Yes.
on the arm or on the leg, all of us will be like, oh no, what
I'm so
happened?
sorry.
I'm so
Yes.
sorry.
Yeah.
Because physical ailments are visible.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with mental struggles. They have a cast, just that you can't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so imagine that cast, but it's mental.
Yeah.
And then we offer each other grace. So yeah, there's therapists are there. Churches offer platforms, but I would say churches find out first, because sometimes they're not trained mental health workers. So they're coming more from the space of providing support rather than being experts in the area. Yeah, and then yeah, community. Within our space, sometimes we normally offer support groups. For example, there are support groups for people dealing with chronic mental illnesses like schizophrenia.
Okay.
Yeah, that people can join.
Okay.
Yes.
So what are some of the tips that you would give for a young mom?
Okay.
What are some of the few things that someone can do at home?
Okay.
You know, not all of us are going to afford therapy. How much is therapy? It's very expensive.
It's expensive.
I don't know, 4,000 for a session.
Yes.
Not everyone might afford that. I don't know whether there are government opportunity, you know, like therapists who are cheap and free. Are there?
Yes, actually, like Madari Hospital.
Yeah, but you know, Emily, honestly, I can go to Madari. You know, when you tell someone that, they just, Madari is for now really serious.
Yes.
And I think also there's a huge stigma around that.
Stigma,
so I think in this country we need to kill stigma.
Yes.
Yeah, because as I think Mathari is such a beautiful facility.
Yes.
Clean, all that, but we kind of don't embrace going there. We think that people will call us real mentor now.
Right?
Yeah. And which is not a problem. If you are suffering from that, it's just like another person suffering like Ali here with a cough, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
For
But
sure,
why do we have such a huge stigma on mental wellness? I mean, mental illnesses.
Mental illnesses. Yeah. You know, it's also, you know, the words even we use to describe mental illnesses are very...
The big words.
They're big words,
like that one you say 6 to 6.
Schizophrenia. But you know, schizophrenia in Kiswahili is mwenda wazimu.
Allah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You know, so who wants to be called mwenda wazimu? The language. So you see, the language already is stigmatizing. And then also because of our cultural and religious belief, most of the time we associate mental illness with spiritual, demonic witchcraft. You see, so we don't really think of it as
Kenya and these demonic things.
Right?
Are they real? I don't know. Let me not even go into that.
Yeah.
So but I think we fear such things.
Yeah, we fear such things. So we'll come to the mental health expert as a last resort. We'd have gone to be prayed for. We'd have gone to witch doctors, I don't know, traditional healers.
Yeah.
And then we will come to now a mental health worker as a last resort.
Yeah.
But mental illness is, sometimes it's socio-economic factors.
Yeah.
Like when you're struggling, when you're isolated, like we talked about COVID.
Yes.
We were in lockdown.
Yeah.
And that's when people realize the importance of seeking mental well-being. Yeah. Sometimes
not everyone was doing good work like you know.
You know.
Making babies during COVID was the best thing, huh?
Ever. So that's part of it. But then I think awareness and like you're saying, these conversations would really help.
Yeah.
So about our mothers at home and what
tips, do. Like 3 things that they can start to do.
Okay.
Yeah. Just to be healthier.
Yes. So take some time.
Okay.
Take some time for yourself.
Like a break.
Yeah. You know the way when someone is on a plane, they say put on the mask first before you help someone
another
else,
person,
even a child.
I like that.
Yes. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You need to take care of yourself first as a mother. If you have support, it could be either a nanny or when the baby is sleeping. Those tips like sleep when the baby is sleeping.
Oh, I know. We are always told. Right? And then when the baby is asleep, we are working now.
We are working.
And on our phones. Yes.
if you can leave, you can have the baby, someone stay with
Yeah.
the baby for some time, go for a walk. There's something about nature also that is very centering.
Okay.
Yeah, that's very, very calming. So take some time in the middle of it. It makes a difference.
Yeah.
An activity that you love, it's not that you're holding on necessarily to who you are before as a mother,
Yeah.
but the things that used to interest you, whether
Yeah.
it was reading, it was listening to music, those things can help.
Okay.
If you start feeling really overwhelmed, now say like postpartum depression, some of the things we check for depression is inability to sleep, eating
Okay.
too or sleeping too much, eating too little or too much,
Okay.
hopelessness.
Okay.
Hopelessness is actually the biggest indicator of depression.
Okay.
Like, you know, when I ask you about what you want to do tomorrow, next week, you're very excited about it.
Yeah.
If someone loses hope,
Yeah.
it's usually one of the signs that we need to look more here. Or suicidal ideation, when now
Like for hopelessness, because it's very like, what are some lines someone, like if I ask you, what are some of the things that we might hear from someone
about hopelessness
to know that they're
or
feeling
they're
hopeless?
feeling hopelessness.
Yes.
So if like when you ask them, say like a mother, oh yeah, so what are you hoping, say, for your child in the next 3-4 months? Are you looking forward to their milestones? And then they say, you know, I don't know. Yeah, like we'll see. Or they don't have that excitement, or they don't have, say, like something they're looking forward. You know, like they can say in the next 3 months, oh, I'm looking forward to going back to work.
Yeah.
Or I'm looking forward, the baby will be sitting then, so we can start rattling, you know, doing those rattles. Yeah. So if they are not having something they're looking forward to, that would be a concern. And I'd say especially for hopelessness, and if they're having suicidal thoughts. Yeah, if they're thinking about harming themselves or the child, that even they need they need medical support. Like they need experts.
Urgent medical attention.
Urgent medical attention. Yeah, because we've had there was a story one time, I think, of even a mother who stabbed
the child.
Yeah, to that. So and then we don't talk about it.
We
right?
don't.
Yeah, we don't.
We are
talk
so scared
about
as
it.
society.
We
Guys,
are
we
so
must
scared.
be braver. Yeah. So what should when that happens, what should someone do? At least resting more?
Yes, resting more, doing things that they love, then talking. You see, ask for help. I'd say ask for help. It's funny that because women, especially because you're talking about mothers, we do everything for everybody. So our baby, our husband, our family, but who does things for you?
Exactly.
Yeah?
No one.
No one. And then we struggle even asking for help.
Yeah.
We because of the thing we talked about, wanting to be strong. So ask for help.
Yeah.
Sometimes help comes from the most unexpected sources.
Corners.
Yeah. But no one, we can't help if we don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
So
you're not asking.
if you're not asking. So ask for help. If you need to talk to an expert, a therapist, please do.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you had said, there's like, say, I'm not marketing a money counseling, but it comes to mind because it is affordable.
And it's a government institution.
I think it's private, but it's quite affordable. Yeah, so there can be options as well, depending on somebody's economic status.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think there's help out there, guys, especially for young moms and even maybe older moms. Do older moms have challenges? As we are young moms.
Yeah.
Young, old moms. But maybe mothers of teenagers.
Yes, then mother. True, because now, it's a new season.
Yeah.
You're now dealing with their own identity. Now they're saying like teenagers, they're becoming teenage. So they want to have their own sense of separateness from you. So that can also be very difficult. And how do you make sure you inspire them without interfering with their own thoughts process? Yeah. So I think there would be different challenges. Then you see the general challenges like economic challenges that can also affect how you mother. It's hard to be intentional if you're struggling for the next meal, right?
True.
Yeah.
You're like, are we going to think about your mental wellness or food?
Or food. Yeah.
And I think that's the thing in our country.
Yeah. So you see, sometimes even I've seen research coming out more for us to also look at socioeconomic status and how it impacts mental health, because we if you don't have a home,
Mm.
you would feel sad. You would even probably manifest as anxiety and depression.
Yes.
But if you had housing,
Yeah.
probably you'd still be thriving. Yeah. So there's the socioeconomic stresses too.
Then you told us you also do nutrition.
Yes.
How does that now tie into holistic health?
Okay.
Mm.
And which actually, especially you're asking what people can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so eating a variety of meals makes a difference. So variety means at least 4 to 5 food groups in a day. So you don't focus only on one food group.
Okay.
You need energy, you need proteins to help, replenish especially your tissues after giving birth, calcium, micronutrients as well. Then there's something these days we really focus a lot. It's called diversity. Let's say if you're thinking about fruits or vegetables, don't eat just one fruit. Say we love avocados as Kenyans, so not just avocados. Eat from a diverse plate.
Okay.
Yeah, so different type of fruits, different type of vegetables. That helps you to get multiple nutrients, and then moderation.
Yeah.
You know that thing of eat for two.
Yes. Niko na wawili.
Na ninanyonyesha. Yeah, eat in small frequent meals so that you maintain your energy without getting the insulin spike. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, those can help.
Balancing.
Yeah, balancing.
Yeah. So you're going to give us the picture of the plate.
Yes, I will.
And a variety of foods. We're going to add them onto the video so that at least we know what to eat.
Okay.
And what about for like older women, like, women who are in, perimenopause or headed to menopause. What can diet do to their health? Okay.
So I'd say because it manifests differently for different women, like people can have different challenges.
Yes.
First of all, understanding your body.
Yeah.
I feel it's also really important to work with a professional, a medical expert even, just so that you understand what is going on for you. Yeah, because I feel that this conversation, especially around well-being for women, is shrouded in secrecy. Like it's very difficult for someone, right? Yeah. So understanding what is happening for you can help you, because I still feel that the principles would still relate in general about eating moderation and eating variety, diversified foods. But where are you at in terms of you as an individual? What is your lifestyle? You see, also another thing about eating, you need to look at lifestyle. Someone who is more active, their diet will look very different from someone who is more sedentary. Someone who is breastfeeding,
it's different.
You see, it's different. Yeah, so I would say it needs to be individualized, even for when you're going through, or someone is in perimenopause or heading towards menopause. It really needs to, so that then it's contextualized to somebody's lifestyle as well.
So they need to see like a medical practitioner?
Yes, I've seen someone who has been doing a lot of awareness. I think she's a doctor or a pharmacist. Yeah, and talking about even what to expect, what is happening to me.
Yes.
And which is conversations that have not been very mainstream.
To deal with your personal weather.
Yes.
I've forgotten my little fun,
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, and I do know, because I think it's something that needs to be talked about also more.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to do that. I think we need to get some more people to talk about it, so that at least, women are facing it with confidence.
Yeah.
It's a stage.
True. It's a stage.
Yeah.
It's interesting. We go through many stages in life.
Yes. So we also celebrate our moms here as we close.
Okay.
So I would like you to say something to your own mom. How, what would you like to say to your mom?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I love you so much, Mom. My mom this year she'll be turning 84.
Wow.
Yeah, we are really blessed to have her.
And she's still walking around laughing.
Going to her farm.
Oh, that's
she
so
sends
cute.
me maize all the way from Taita.
Wow.
You can imagine.
Wow.
She sends me maize, so we never even buy flour.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so I see her. I see you, Mom, and I really appreciate everything she has done for us. I especially think about her. She was born in 1941, you can imagine.
Yeah.
And the fact that she went to school, she's a retired teacher.
Oh, cute.
So I still think that also my grandmother was an amazing, amazing woman.
Mom,
to be able to take, you see now, it's automatic my daughter will go to school, right?
Yes.
But in 1941, it
Yeah.
was not automatic.
True.
Yeah, that a
Yeah.
child will go to school.
Yes.
Yeah, and if she didn't go to school, I
Yeah.
would definitely not have been on set today.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kudos to mom.
Yeah.
And I really love her. I pray for more years so that she can continue to bless us.
Yeah.
Yes.
We pray, we thank you, Mom. Yeah, you've brought out an amazing lady here who is impacting Kenya in different ways. Say hi to Atua Taita in the hilly area.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place. We've been to Taita several times. Yeah, so thank you so much. I think we need to build more on postpartum when you have time.
Okay.
And then we also do events where we go around the country talking to mothers. So we'll definitely be inviting you for some of those. Yeah, so that we can continue to impact moms. So what would you say, your last shot, your parting shot?
My parting shot.
Yes.
When you take care of you
Yeah.
as the mother,
Yeah.
you will be able to take care of all the responsibilities that you have.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong in taking care of you. Once you're well and you're healthy, you'll be a better mother for your babies.
Yeah. Take a break, Mom. Go to sleep. Tell someone to hold that baby, you know, rest a bit. Because I think when you're well rested, you will be happier, and a happier mother will bring on, you know, a happier generation. Yeah. So next time we'll talk about trauma. I really want us to talk about that, because we've also seen that as much as we are, you know, like we are looking at the great work that moms have done, there are also challenges that have, you know, some trauma has also been passed on through generations, and I think it's important to talk about it. Yeah. So nitakutafuta tuongee. So thank you so much, Emily.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, our viewers, for listening to us. That was Emily Belenga. I am from Nyeri, so pronouncing names is hard. But Emily was here talking to us about mental wellness, about nutrition, and her own motherhood journey. So if you're out there and you're waiting, look, Emily waited for 7 years, and the Lord blessed her with a little girl. And we, in this podcast at her space, we are celebrating all moms. So we are saying, if you wait and it doesn't happen biologically, there are many other avenues of becoming a mother. You can adopt a child, you can look after other children. The world has so many children that need mothering. So, and all mothers are appreciated, because there's no, when we talk about mothering, we don't talk about how you became a mother. We're talking about you're a mom. So it doesn't matter if you're an adoptive mom, or you're a stepmom, or you're a biological mother. All of us are mothers, and we see you and we celebrate you. So thank you so much, Emily. Thank you for coming, and we look forward to catching up with you in other platforms. So asanteni sana, our viewers. Have a lovely day, and please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, bye.